Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are jumping ahead a little bit to look at a year that's already shaping up to be one for the history books, 2026. It's packed with spectacle, history, and even a little bit of controversy.
So, what is it about this particular year? Why is everyone from historians and sports nuts to astrologers and diplomats already talking about it? I mean, beyond just being the next page on the calendar, what's going to make 2026 a year we'll all remember? Let's dive in.
So, the year is going to kick off as it always does, with a massive global party. But the way the world celebrates is actually a perfect preview of the year's biggest themes. This amazing blend of modern, over-the-top spectacle, and really ancient traditions.
First up, you've got the heavy hitters of New Year's Eve, right? Sydney Harbor just explodes with fireworks, kicking the whole thing off for the rest of us. Then there's New York City dropping its famous ball in Times Square. You have millions of people partying on Copacabana Beach in Rio, and of course Dubai trying to outdo everyone with some insane light show at the Burj Khalifa. These are the moments the entire planet is watching at the same time.
But it's not all about these huge public spectacles. For every giant firework display, there are countless quiet, personal rituals happening in homes all over the world. And this is where we see that other side of 2026, the incredible power of tradition, stuff that gets passed down through generations.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. I mean, think about it. In Spain, you'll have people frantically trying to stuff 12 grapes in their mouth at the stroke of midnight, one for each bell chime, all for a year of good luck. In Japan, Buddhist temple bells are going to ring 108 times to cleanse away the sins of the old year. Brazilians will be dressed head to toe in white for peace. And in Scotland, families will be hoping their first footer, the first person to cross their threshold in the new year, is a tall, dark-haired man bringing good fortune. How cool is that?
Okay, so from that global party, let's zoom in on a national one. Because in the United States, 2026 is going to be a truly historic milestone.
That's the magic number. 250 years, a quarter of a millennium. That's how long it'll be since the signing of the Declaration of Independence way back in 1776.
The official term for it is the semi-quincentennial. Yeah, it's a mouthful, I know. Say it with me. Semi-quincentennial. But a crazy name aside, it marks this really unique, once-in-a-generation moment to look back at the nation's founding.
And of course, the heart of all the celebrations is going to be right where it all started, Philadelphia. The city is already gearing up for a year-long party, with everything from historical reenactment to massive sporting events.
Now let's pivot from a huge historical anniversary to something completely different, but in its own way just as powerful. We're talking about ancient beliefs that are set to have a very, very real impact on our modern world.
You see, 2026 is the year of the fire horse in the Chinese zodiac. Now, this is not your everyday zodiac sign. The fire horse only comes around once every 60 years. The last time was way back in 1966. And it's associated with all these intense things: passion, ambition, and a really fiery, independent spirit. But it also comes with this really powerful and, let's be honest, deeply controversial superstition. The belief is that women born in a fire horse year are so fiercely independent, so unruly, that they actually bring bad luck to their husbands, maybe even shortening their lives just through their sheer force of will. Now you might think that's just an old superstition, but look at this. This shows just how seriously this belief was taken. The last time a fire horse year came around, in 1966, the birth rate in Japan absolutely plummeted by about 25%. Families were actively trying to avoid having children, especially daughters, that year. It's just a wild, stunning example of how an ancient belief can literally shape a country's demographics.
All right, let's switch gears again. From ancient beliefs, we're jumping right back into modern spectacle. Because 2026 is also shaping up to be an absolutely massive year for sports fans around the globe.
Just take a look at this calendar. It's totally stacked. The year kicks off with the Winter Olympics in Italy. Then, the summer basically belongs to the single biggest sporting event on the planet, the FIFA World Cup, which is being co-hosted across Canada, Mexico, and the USA. And remember that 250th birthday party? Well, Philadelphia is getting in on the sports action too, hosting both the PGA Championship and the MLB All-Star Game. It's going to be a non-stop year for sports.
But 2026 isn't just about parties and games. While all that stuff is going to grab the headlines, there are other, quieter events scheduled that could have really huge consequences for the whole world. So, for example, the New START nuclear arms treaty between the US and Russia is set to expire in February. That raises some pretty serious questions about global stability. Then in November, the US holds its midterm elections, which will obviously shape the country's political future. And then you look up to space. The Artemis 2 mission is scheduled to send humans back to orbit the moon for the first time in over 50 years. And get this, the Voyager 1 spacecraft, which was launched back in the 70s, will reach the mind-blowing milestone of being one light day away from Earth. Any one of these could be a huge story on its own.
So when you pull back and look at the whole year, 2026 is this incredible collection of contrasts, isn't it? It's a year of giant parties and quiet traditions, of celebrating history while also being shaped by ancient superstitions, of global unity in sports and serious deadlines in diplomacy. It really makes you wonder, when it's all said and done, what will you remember 2026 for?